paddle boats.
Canoe. Yeah. I just didn't even know that you're doing that. That is just too cool. It's fun.
Being there at 9 o'clock, we will call our meeting to order.
That don't know anything.
Bobbitt. Wrong.
Here. So.
Hess. Here.
We do have quorum. Would you please bow your head in prayer? Dear Heavenly Father, as we gather here today to do the work before us, dear Lord, I ask that you be with us. Give us some guidance and some directions, dear Lord. And as we ask for your help, dear Lord, that we will still our hearts and open them to you and to listen, dear Lord. In all that we do, that we bow our head down to you and give you thanks. We dedicate our work to you. We hope you find it all pleasing, dear Lord, in all that we say and that we do. We ask that you be with our president and our congressmen and all those of leadership abilities, that they will look to you for the guidance and directions as well, dear Lord, as they try to make decisions that will make America better and stronger, dear Lord, because we are one nation under God, here to serve you and to do the work of the people before us. I ask this all in my precious name. Amen.
Amen.
Pat, will you give us some salute for our flag, please?
Yes. Salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I acknowledge that the agenda was properly posted in accordance to the Open Meeting Act.
Consider and act on the minutes for October 9th, 2018 and October 15th, 2018. We will do these one at a time. So let's see, first one on the October 9th meeting.
I make a motion to approve the October 9th meeting.
Second. Hess moved, Bobbitt seconded to approve the October 9th, 2018 meeting as presented. All in favor?
Bobbitt.
Aye.
Wrong.
Abstain.
Hess.
Aye.
Motion carried. The October 15th regular meeting.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Hess moved, Ronk seconded to approve the October 15, 2018 minutes as presented. All in favor?
Bobbitt.
Abstain.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
Motion carried. Comments from the public on the below agenda items. Do we have any comments from the below agenda items? Comments?
I guess that's when, is this when they need to speak, or do they need about, they're here to discuss the medical marijuana?
We'll probably involve them in
Okay,
conversation
okay,
at that time. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
None. Item A, Resolution 2018-131, final 50% movement of budgeted funds for FY 18-19.
Should have done,
Well, thanks for doing that.
well, I apologize for,
So the final movement of all the money has been made.
mm-hmm.
I move to approve the resolution.
Second.
Ronk moved, Hess seconded to approve Resolution 2018-131, the final 50% appropriation for FY 18-19. All in favor?
Bobbitt.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously. Item B, transfer of appropriations. Do we have any of those?
Yes, this is to pay back on the SIG and the SIP.
Okay.
Is that one from last week?
Yes,
Okay.
and then here, this one is, last year there were budgeted funds in salary, so we had moved over money, and then we're
Putting it back.
putting it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And Penny, I've been over this one with Penny as well, so.
Okay. We are moving $30,974 out of our SIG premium and putting it back to contingency, and we are moving $23,419 out of our SIF premium and putting it back into contingency because we chose the 100% payment and we didn't have all the funds appropriated at that time. Do I have a motion to approve?
I so moved.
Second.
Where's this one?
Okay. We also, excuse me, there's one more here. We have free fare professional services of $1,200 going back to salaries. The same thing. We needed that to because we didn't have all the money moved. So is that included in your motion?
Yes, it is.
In your second.
In my second.
All right. So Hess moved, Ronk seconded to approve the 3 transfer of appropriations. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously.
Do you have mine? Okay, thanks.
Looks like we got one more.
But it's a separate
It's a
line
different
on
one.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Cindy, these will need to be changed the date. You've got the 15th
Oh, okay,
on
okay.
here.
I'll
You
change that and
those
initial it.
all to the
Mhm.
22nd.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Item C is a temporary transfer of appropriations from the treasurer's certification mortgage fee. Her cash account moving $585 from M&O to travel. And it's temporary because you are going to return it back. Is that what it's temporary?
185 or 585? Thank you.
585.
Okay.
You marked it here in purple ink pen, you put temporary.
I marked it. May I see it? I don't know that we have, is there another option on there?
Well, I mean, is there a reason why it's just not on a regular transfer of appropriation if you're not?
Oh, yeah, because this is the correction of the chart of account thing.
Yeah.
Well, crap.
Well, I mean, do you need it in there or do you want to wait and I can run it through?
Yeah, we have it on the agenda as a temporary. Is that not what you're needing?
Yeah, I kind of needed it, but let's do it temporary today because I've already got one going through, a purchase order going through for that.
Okay.
So let's just do that.
Okay, and then would you get it
Fix
on
it
next
next
week?
week.
And
Yeah. Well, then we'll have to put
yeah,
it
right,
back in.
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Reverse
right,
this one off.
exactly.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So
Sorry
we have a
about that.
motion
That's
to
okay.
approve the temporary transfer.
So moved.
Second.
Ronk moves. Hess seconds to approve the temporary transfer from the cash account treasurer's mortgage certification fee, M&O 585, to travel. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. This also has to go through the excise board, so I suppose we need to make it go through a full round before we,
And then fix it.
Yeah.
and then
next
fix it next month.
Yeah, we can do
Oh, okay. Okay.
Or we can do it the first of the month and they can do both. We can
Yeah,
do
do
both
both of them at the same time.
Do both of them at the same time. Purchase orders and travel claims. Do I have a motion to review those?
I make a motion to review.
month. I almost second that.
Hess moves, Ronk seconds to review payment of purchase orders and travel claims. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously.
I don't want to do that.
I better do it.
Here's your final two. Yeah, you can have that.
Thank you.
Peterson.
Could be worse. Good for the upgrades though.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it'll be nice next time. It's so
We've got to leave it open.
Oh, because it's an open meeting.
Yeah. It gets too bad, we just tell them shut up.
Someone stole my cheat sheet.
Uh-oh.
Do you have one?
Do you need one?
Well,
Like this one? You mean?
Oh, is it? No, I've got, yeah, those are the chart of accounts, yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure this was capital outlay. 1700, 505, 5005.
What's the last four digits?
Oh,
Oh, these are just highways.
That's maintenance and
That's-
operation.
2005 is no no. The last four digits.
yeah, I know these aren't over $250, but that's a monitor stand out. That's
Oh, it should go to capital
outlay. Outlay for
So
M&O.
40.
Yeah, that should be capital outlay, so.
Okay. Is that me? It wasn't me. Mine lights up like a Christmas tree.
No, it's not the full amount, but those things really need to be tracked.
Yeah. Hi, can you look at the assessor's capital outlay and see what they have in it? Because on those monitors, those really should have gone to, I guess, to capital outlay instead of M&O. Their monitor stands. Yeah, those, yeah. It's to 109.94. In capital outlay, which is 4020. Is that it? Oh, 41. Okay, that doesn't even see there. Okay, so I'll let it, okay. Hello, it's Cindy. Is Robin there, or you're the one who signed, so that's why I'm calling you. On those computer monitor stand things, the board would like them to come out of capital outlay. Do you have any problem with that? I know. I'm just, yeah. Yeah. So, but do you have a problem with that? Okay. I'll take care of it. Okay. It was supposed to come out of 2005, but we're going to take it out of 4110. And I'll make you a copy after the correction, okay? It's 0001. She said it had like $5,000 in it or something like that. Yeah. Is that all right? Okay, thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Oh.
They don't need to initial that?
I initialed it.
They don't need to? Comes out of their cash.
I guess that's true. I mean, we've had me change them before and not have them initialed, but
Well, we haven't
That's
marked
prob-
it yet either.
that's true. Hi, do you mind coming initialing the change? 1092. Thank you, bye. just went to see you. So the only thing I changed is the,
Okay. And I need an initial right below it.
yeah, if you would please, right there. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Appreciate it.
Joey wants you. Life is fun.
Oh, no. Okay.
Hello. When you do come over, will you be sure and bring the phone number for Oprah's? All right, thank you.
We're done. Put this on this.
What was your rate there? What was your great repair? What was that? Jet spreader?
That was that first deal where they came up and replaced the
Okay, that valve, that deal.
cylinder valve deal.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
You know, when it was opening and shutting of that gate.
Like a flutter.
Yeah. Hold your flag.
Stand with all this.
Do you want to do this and do that? Thank you.
I move to approve purchase orders and travel claims.
Second.
Ronk moved, Hess second to approve payment of purchase orders and travel claims. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously. Blankets. Get motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Ronk moved, Hess second to approve the blanket purchase orders. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously. Acknowledge the official filing of the FY 18-19 budget with the Oklahoma State Auditor and Inspector. The protest period ends 10/29 of 18 at 5 o'clock.
I acknowledge.
Second.
Hess moved, Ronk second to acknowledge the official filing of FY 18-19 budget with the Oklahoma State Auditor and Inspector. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously. Resolution 2018-133, CED interlocal cooperative agreement with the CED in Grant County.
And I didn't know, will they want our resolution number at the top, or does it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, for us they will. Yes,
Okay.
we have to have that.
Okay.
I so move to approve the interlocal agreement between the CD and Grant County.
I'll second that.
Hess moved, Ronk seconded to approve resolution 2018-133, the CED interlocal cooperative agreement between the CED and Grant County. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously.
Now that we just did that, I'm assuming this is the same resolution that we do every year.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Resolution 2018-134, designation of official board member from Grant County to the CED 8 board.
If you'll agree to do it, I move that we approve Max Hess as that board member.
And we need and if we keep it the same as it always has been, Max, Pat, and Cindy.
Right.
Is that okay
Right.
with you?
Right.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
That's fine with
Okay,
me.
is that your motion?
That is my motion.
Motion. Okay. Second. Ronk moved, Bobbit seconds to designate the CED 8 board directors as the first director as being Max Hess, first alternate be Pat Ronk, and third alternate as Cindy Bobbit. All in favor? Or to see?
Second
Yeah.
alternate.
Second alternate,
Yeah.
excuse me.
No, that's fine.
Yep.
Bobbit.
Yeah, all in
okay.
favor? Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. Cindy, would you be sure to fill in the names on this?
And I will send a copy of that.
Okay. Materials request form for District 1, 13,333.33 for Bridge 39A and on Major Road. Do we have a motion
I
to
so
approve
moved.
that?
I second that.
Hess moves, Ronk seconded to approve the materials request form for CED 1 in the amount of $13,333.33. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. REAP grant application. Next, you have that ready?
I do. I tell you what I'm doing. I am waiting on school is in recess, fall.
Fall break.
So I'm waiting on the maps for the school bus route.
I got you.
From them, and I'm supposed to be getting, they supposed to got here last week, the mail routes. That's what I'm waiting on. Desi is typing that up, so I'll have that. It has to be turned in 30th or 31st. But I wanted to pass the resolution through today to go ahead and apply for it. So we'd have that done, we wouldn't have to have a special meeting. Cindy had it listed on the agenda already, so we was good. We originally thought we was.
Is this the same one? 'Cause I have a resolution. Is that the one I sent you, or did you get one from?
Desi had that one. She just
Okay.
brought that in here to me.
Which one?
This one has the resolution number on
That's
it.
the only one I use.
I just typed it up and. So.
Very good.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
Mhm.
So,
I move to approve the resolution for the REAP grant application for District 1.
I'll second.
Ronk moves, has seconds to approve the REAP grant application through NODA, resolution 2018-135 for $50,000. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. Inventories. Whose inventories do we have?
We got a few more, and then here's Jenna's information where she has been keeping track of where she's contacting people. Okay, I didn't see an Okidata printer, and I should have asked you that one before on the commissioner. And maybe that got stuck to that because I didn't see an Okidata printer on the commissioners. And I think we've already. I'm almost wondering if I need to go back through.
Someone had an Okidata printer. I don't know if that was ours.
We started on this in July.
I don't see it on.
Here
it is.
I didn't even look on the back.
There,
I didn't
right
realize.
there.
Okay.
There it is.
All right. Okay. Well,
That
let me do
one.
that. I didn't even
I'm
see the
sorry.
back side.
Okay.
Okay. We got concrete.
So you got Pond Creek Fire Department or ambulance. Let's see, this is Pond Creek this is emergency manager. So that would be the ambulance.
Yes, Alex? The POs are signed and the blankets. Okay. You bet. You bet. All right.
The assessor.
And I'll need to add those monitors that they just changed over.
Those are the monitor stands.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for the coffee.
Well, I guess and that, the people have been asking, okay, if the statute is 500 and over, and I guess would they just need clarification what
Well,
they want
that's
us
what
to
it
put,
is, but if it's an asset that needs to be tracked, I mean, common sense, it says it must be, but it doesn't say you cannot put anything else on, and that's why that Cindy Bird has explained it to me. If it's some item that you think that really needs to be tracked for inventory, just because it doesn't cost $500 doesn't mean you don't
put it on.
Put it on your
If it's basically, if it's a capital, if it's something that's not going to deteriorate or be used up, then really you should put it on your list.
Right.
Okay. Well, I may send out a little email about that.
Yeah, like you don't want to put the mouse pad on there, but if it's $150 mouse,
Yeah.
you probably want to put that on there.
Okay.
Well, tablets are less than $500, but some
Still,
phones
right.
are less than $500, but still they ought to be tracked.
Yeah.
I have a reportable and a non-reportable list for the auditors. And I don't know, we might want to check with them and make sure that that's an okay thing.
Okay.
I don't mind doing that because I need to talk to him today anyway.
Okay. Yeah. If you don't mind checking on that, let me know. I would appreciate that.
No problem.
Okay. On reportable and non-reportable, like what? Because I'm sure that it would be easier for the auditors to only have to look at the stuff that's 500 and over.
Right. That's
But
an
if we-
operational of it. So,
Right.
yeah.
Medford Fire.
Okay, this was Waukeeta, right?
Yeah. I just marked
And
it.
Scott, okay, we weren't real clear on the shed thing, because it had never been on the inventory
Yeah, but it should
before.
have been, because even though it's attached to the ground, it was an add-on. I mean, I don't know, I don't know, but
I mean, he doesn't have any idea what was paid for it or anything like that. We can add it on, we could just do an estimate
No,
of what we think it were.
How are you doing?
I'm picking our bells.
And did you see me?
Okay, so do air packs not count? And they're certainly over $500. I mean, they just got like big stuff here.
no, they should have everything that they
Yeah.
bought with our sales tax money.
And that's the type of thing to do it.
I mean, I don't know, you know, I'm gonna put kids in the category, so they can't get away.
Yeah,
But we
that's-
if they're gonna buy something, put an inventory number on it, they're, you know, so I have an inventory. There you go, I have them, they can add an inventory. number.
Share?
Yeah.
This is just your truck, see?
Yeah,
It isn't.
and maybe they're just doing things.
I only buy on Mondays.
And that's-
You at?
I just,
Except
I mean,
you're
honestly, Jenna has expressed frustration trying to get it, and I get that they are a volunteer position, but if you're gonna volunteer for a position, you should do the jobs that are,
Okay.
that you're expected to do for that. So, you know, I mean, if you want, I'll take that one back and try to.
Yeah, I guess take this.
I'll see, we'll see. I'll make some comments.
Well, and I wonder too, like on the courthouse maintenance, we got weed eaters, we've got tools, we've got all kinds
Okay,
of stuff.
let me take those back and we'll work on
Yeah,
those.
the weed eaters, but tools are hard to do unless you bought them as a set, I mean, because you can't.
But even if you could put miscellaneous tools or something like that, maybe, just so we, I mean, I don't know, so.
Okay. So we'll acknowledge the assessors, the Palm Creek Ambulance, and the Waukeeta Fire Department. The other ones will be sent back for more scrutiny. So do I have a motion to acknowledge those three?
I make a motion to acknowledge them three.
So,
That's moved, Ron seconded to acknowledge the courthouse the assessors, the Palm Creek Ambulance, and the Waukeeta Fire Department's annual inventory. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Ron,
Aye.
Hess.
All ayes, motion carries unanimously. We'll need Stephen to come down for LM and N
Okay.
and O.
Hi, Stephen, it's Cindy. I'm in the board meeting. Is it possible for you to come down to discuss some items? All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
is R, Cindy, is item R, is that what Larry talked to us about last week?
And I got an email back
Oh, okay, gotcha.
from Ryan.
I just wanted to make sure.
Here's the next item. Yeah, I put a copy of the one we already signed.
Okay, this is the one. Was that?
Yeah, this is the one.
This is
This is
one.
the new one we
This is
got.
it? Yeah.
Here's the one, the old one that you guys already signed, you signed in June.
Are we redoing a contract?
No, they're trying to have us redo it to raise it. The last time that came up, and I think it was just these same people that Stephen says if we've got a signed contract that we can hold them to it. We don't have to sign a new one. And we just need to confirm that. No, we
Yeah,
wouldn't
it's
want to.
22.52 and the new one's 26 per day.
Yeah. I did paper bills.
I'll give you as many as you want. Are we on item L right now?
Yes.
So then may I ask Sheriff Sterling, on these juvenile detention contracts, if you've got a juvenile, do you just start calling on the telephone and with
A lot
the
of
closest
times,
or the cheapest or what, and just find out who can take them? Or
if we get into a situation with a juvenile, OJA gets involved at that point, and then they start. If the offense is serious enough that they think it's worthy of placing them outside the home until official court hearings can be held, then the OJA worker that's on duty or on call will usually. It's basically they usually start looking and sometimes what they have to do is find a facility where they're housing a kid currently whose offense is less violent than the one they're trying to place, and sometimes they just have to kick a kid out and send them home in order to place. There's so few beds, it's kind of anywhere they can find one. And so that's why it's nice to have a lot of options, even though, what was it last year? Yeah, last year was kind of extraordinary for us up here.
yeah, right, yeah.
Normal, I mean, because we went actually probably 3 or 4 years where we hardly housed one at all, and then last year was just crazy.
Well, on that, when you house them, how do you get repaid for that? I mean, do we get reimbursed for that? Is that a reimbursable?
No, I mean, I don't think so.
It's not like jail. I mean, like the jail inmates are supposed to
Right?
reimburse.
Yeah, I don't
Juveniles
get anything. No, our facility gets no payment.
I mean, but I meant the fund that it's paid for, the parents aren't responsible for that.
Well, Stephen Young might be able. That may be part of cost, possibly that's assessed in the case. I'm not sure in those juvenile cases.
But I guess my question, going back to the original question I had, does the OJA then have a list of facilities that
I believe they do.
contracted
Yes,
in?
yes, I believe they do.
Okay, so
Yes.
it would be very rare that we would send somebody to somebody that we don't have a contract.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yes, that's my
They-
understanding. That's my understanding.
They have a very limited amount of beds for juvenile delinquents, and so they'll place them where they have a room to place them.
Oh, okay.
And they know that that's what we've had problems before, is that we're supposed to encumber a PO the day you take them, and that's where we'll be a month behind them, and we'll get a bill and nobody's ever said
Right.
boo-hoo.
Right.
And then my other question, Stephen, is the parents responsible for the payment of those? Does the county?
For the payment of
the reimbursement of what it costs the county
The housing.
to house them?
those can be part of their court case, and they can be responsible for paying that back. But it wouldn't be the parents; it would be the juvenile.
We are on item L, and we had already on June 25th, 2018, we signed a contract with Sequoia for $22.52 a day. They signed it, we signed it, you have approved it to form. It's good till June 30th of 2019. They have since sent us a new contract asking for a price increase of $26 per day. I believe we've already got one contract in place. I do advise.
We got one more PO for you.
I mean, that would be whether you want to agree with them on that price increase.
Yeah, I don't think we do.
No.
So
we don't have to. We've got a contract in place.
Correct.
Okay.
That's why we have a
So,
contract.
alrighty. So, we need a motion to deny the
I move to deny the
increase.
increase to 26 a day.
I'll second that.
So Ronk moved, has second to deny the increase of $26 per day to juvenile detention because we have a current contract in effect that is good to June 30th, 2019. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Wrong,
Aye.
Hess.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously.
Aye. Sorry.
No problem.
I will be there in a minute, Alex. It'll be just a couple minutes, so if you want to come back.
Okay, we'll do.
Oh, gotcha, okay. Item M, the procedure for the closing of the individual courthouse. It's come to my attention that our courthouse's offices are just closing because they are not having electricity or funerals or something like that. But there is by statute, there is a procedure to follow, and it is up to the Board of County Commissioners to close the courthouse or the offices. So, just so we're all clear, the offices need to remain open, and I get that if you don't have electricity, it's hard to do work, or you have something else, but we do have other rooms in the courthouse available that you can put a note on your door, you can come into another room, and to keep your doors open. So we've had several calls, people trying to do business, been routed to other offices, and they've been upset because they can't get their work done. So, in the best interest of the county, to make sure that we get our work done and it is open for business, that you do not completely shut your offices down, that you find another room to utilize when your office does not have electricity or has some other issue before. So
just go sit in another office and twiddle our thumbs?
Yeah, pretty much. Put a note on your door. The internet is wireless, so you can, take your phones, your laptops, whatever you have available. If you have nothing, then but just so that you're available. We need to. We're here for the public, to serve the public. We don't know when they're going to walk in the door, so we just need to be here, be available. We don't want to close. If you go to class, when your classes are, you need to have someone cover your offices or not send somebody. We've got a website that we maintain. People can look to see what's open and what's closed. So we need to let people know. But we've had some calls that couldn't get their business done. So just so that we're all on the same page on that. No offices will be closed unless it comes through the Board of County Commissioners, and we meet on Mondays. All right. Item N, Joe Hayes Marijuana Growing Facility in Grant County.
What do you guys think? We've pursued it. I mean, we don't want to spend too much money getting involved in this. We kind of like to get the county's blessing, and see if you guys are on board with it. Just what we're wanting to do is open a facility for medical marijuana growing only. That's it, not a dispensary, just to manufacture the product and ship it out to the bigger cities. Of course, we have no business opening any type of a dispensary in an area like this where there's very few people.
We bought a building in town. We have thought about it, and we're going to move it out of town, so it's not around the kids. Nobody's going to walk by a building, no children, and go, "Hey, there's pot going in there." It's not going to be like that. We're going to move it out to our ponds. We're going to build a brand new facility with security. We already have security cameras in place. We've got, we're going to put in steel doors, no windows, 2 doors to the whole building.
We've already gone through all of our background checks. We've got all that back. Of course, that all came with the liquor store too. I mean, you got to go through all that. And we've got we got plans, but we went ahead and got our limited liability. We've got the name of the company. And then we've got our certificate of good standing from the state, to proceed. All we're getting ready to do now is we've got to pay for our license, which is quite a bit of money. And we just want to make sure before we spend this money that we're not. We figured in the city we'd get a lot of flack. You know what I mean? We'd get a lot of resistance. Churches, parks, everything. Yeah. So what we're doing is we want to move it outside of town.
So the whole grow operation will be indoors?
Absolutely.
It has to be. As a matter of fact, you won't even see a light. You go up into Colorado and there you can see them everywhere. It's like,
it's like a greenhouse.
What are they doing?
This is all going to be indoors.
Oklahoma requires that you have it all indoors, sealed, vented. It's an indoor operation.
Is that our call to make?
I looked at the statutes just briefly. There are several kinds of licenses that are required. You've got to have a grow license. There's a transport license. There's
Dispensary.
a dispensary license. So, I mean, if all they're doing is growing, they'll have to get a separate license for someone to transport the grow materials
That's
Absolutely.
exactly right.
out. But
And the dispensary should have those in place.
But as far as I know, the county is not part of that process at all.
Right.
What about taxes?
Oh, we're gonna tax you.
Yeah.
Let me do this. That's why we don't want it in the city.
I mean, I know we don't have to have permission. We've had a lawyer tell us anywhere in Oklahoma you can do this.
Yeah.
We just kind of wanted your blessing.
Yeah, we want
to be kind of on the same page.
I don't think we can do that one way or the other.
But we do appreciate
Yeah, thank you for
Yeah.
bringing that.
knowledge, and yeah, I think you have to collect. I don't know, but I assume you're going to have to collect sales tax to the county and state, but not city. If you're
Not
outside the
city.
city, but county and state.
Yeah.
Right.
and do all that,
Right.
which is outside my.
Moving it outside the
Yeah.
city is just makes all the sense in the world. That way the kids,
That's
there's no temptations for any kids.
Well,
You know,
first,
it's out of town.
the building that we bought, it's pretty rickety. We'd have to makeshift a dummy building inside a building. That's not going to hold. We might as well start from scratch, build a building with the steel doors, everything that's tight, secure. There's no way anybody's getting in. I'm going to put a pit bull in there too,
well.
just for reassurance.
It just seems to me where this was a state question that was passed by a vote of the people. I mean, as long as you guys got the licensure, we
That's exactly.
couldn't do anything.
Yeah, we weren't here asking
Yeah.
permission.
No.
We were, but we didn't want to put it
Kind
that
of.
way.
Yeah,
Informal.
well, thank you for bringing it to our attention.
We do.
Yeah.
That's-
Thank you. Yeah.
I mean, I hate for everybody in this room to all of a sudden one day go, you know what they're doing there?
And you
do
know,
that anyway.
I don't want it
Well,
in
that-
town with the kids either. We've thought about we spent $50,000 on a building
Yeah.
with that intention.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna rent it out.
Transmission shit.
Maybe I'm trying to get a transmission guy in there, but we're gonna take it out of town. It's just smart.
Yeah.
Plus we have Shane Pachaska.
Is this gonna be the oil? Is that?
Well, it could turn into that. I don't know. Right now, all it
We're
is
just
is
growing the
medical
product.
marijuana for Oklahoma, and all we want to do is produce the product for the dispensaries. And we want to take care of all the growing, the grooming, packaging, and shipping. That's it.
It will not be usable when it leaves our facility.
I see.
Right.
We're just growing it up. We want the money.
Yeah. We
I mean, really, it's gonna be a
it's
big cash crop.
another way of farming in a little building.
All right. Thank you for bringing that to us. We appreciate it very much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next item on our agenda is the update on the status of AT&T phones with Grant County.
I did get a call
Your
from
business.
Alicia Perez of AT&T on Thursday, and I told her, because we had received an additional bill now saying that we owe $44,000.
Okay, just a minute. We can't hear you. Okay. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
No,
Start
that's
over.
fine. We had received a bill for $44,247.82, and I had attempted to contact. Well, then Alicia Perez contacted me on Thursday, and I told her, I said, I need to see itemized bill. Go back 2 years, and so what she said she would do is try to go back from when everything was before anything started going wacky, and produce all those invoices and provide them to me, and she was going to review them. I said, we've got to get to the bottom of this. It's not that we don't have the money to pay you all, but we're not going to pay you
Yeah, that was the deal. We paid them.
$13,000.
No, we paid. No, we paid pursuant to the. We have a contract with them. We need to comply with our contract and just pay them the monthly contract bill every month.
Okay,
Haven't.
but we haven't been doing that since
We-
July. So you're saying we
We need to
recover.
pay the contract price of every month, and we need to show they send whatever bill, we pay the contract price.
Okay.
And every time we send it in, we need to send in that amount with a letter, with a copy of the contract attached to that we dispute the bill, We dispute the amount. We have a contract with them, a valid contract. We're complying with our contract. AT&T is not in compliance. And really, I need to look at the contract and see where the jurisdiction is for suing. Pursuant to that contract, we've got a bill. I think the only way we can do this is sue AT&T for breach of contract. They're billing us outside of that to get this resolved, because we've worked with them, we've called them, we've asked them to fix this. They have not fixed this. The only way I can get their attention is to sue them, file a lawsuit, get their legal team involved in this, and I'm pretty sure that this will get cleared up as soon as the legal team sees what's going on.
And I'm not so sure that
that'll put some
pressure
on them to get it fixed.
So go back, Cindy, and do your July, August, September billing, and I think we pay ahead on those, so you probably need to pay October. Go ahead and pay those 4, and let's get those paid at the contract price.
Right.
Because it doesn't matter how many phones we have.
Right.
It's the same.
So, I mean, we could try one last effort of getting them on the phone after we get those things caught up before I do a lawsuit saying, and we can write them a demand. I can write them a demand letter, send that to their legal team saying, we demand that you fix this, get compliance with the contract, or otherwise, we're not going to have any other result because we need to protect the county.
Yeah. Okay.
I think part of this started to build when they continued to bill us for services that were discontinued.
Right.
Way back. I mean, this
way
is
back. Yeah.
3, at least just prior to you coming in, for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Because
I think Sherry was dealing with
it.
Because I thought we were almost looking like we were going to make, you and Tim were going to make some headway on this, and then that it fell apart. Yeah, and it just kept growing.
Well, and also, like they're saying, our current charges is $2,442.86, but that's not the contracted price, right?
Correct.
It's like what, around $1,400.
No, they've got what they've got is they're building us for 2 lines, and we only have 1, and so everything's double in here.
Okay.
And so it's half of that.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll go back and pay.
And
And CC Stephen in on that.
Write a letter and have him look at it before.
No, the letter needs to come from my office.
Okay.
On there, it needs to have because they're just blowing her off.
Okay.
So I need to write.
Thanks a lot, but yes, it's true.
Okay.
I need to write the demand letter. So when you call them, ask for an address to send legal correspondence to when you talk to them next time.
Okay.
Because I'm tired of this. Yeah. Everybody's tired of this. They're not doing their job. This isn't hard to fix. They just need to make it a priority. And
for 4 years, it ought to be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is what divestiture did to the phone company. Is there aren't the people there, enough people to do the job because they're concerned about their bottom line rather than customer service.
All right, thank you. We'll move that along. Okay. The discussion of OPERS contribution revisions with Nancy at OPERS, and Stephen, you might want to stay in and listen to this as well. Working through our budget, we had decided to, for the county to change their contribution. Previously, employees were paying 8.5% and the county was paying 11.5%. We decided that per OPERS, the least amount that the employee could pay would be 3.5%, and so that's a 5% change. So we added the 5% to the county to add, so that employees were going to pay 3.5%, county's going to pay 16.5%, and we started that with our September payroll because we got our budget done the 1st of October, and our next payroll was October 10th for September, but we decided we had it in our budget for the year, so we had it go into effect by resolution then. Alex was going through to make her payroll, went in there to change the amount. It doesn't matter, Oprah still gets the full 21%. 20%. But I guess you've got a copy here. Evidently they're saying that we can't change that. That you had to do it by June 29th, June 28th. You have to do it by June 28th, but we didn't even have our budgets in place by then.
Well, you can go ahead then and go ahead and give them notice that you're going to change it effective June 28th of next fiscal year.
But the point is, then we just didn't give the employees that 5%. You know, it was basically a raise for them. They were going to have the cash in their. If you're getting $100 and you were paying $8 or 85 cents out of that, now you're going to only pay 35 cents. The county was going to pay the difference. They were getting actually that 5% raise in cash in their paycheck. And if you don't, I mean, we pretty much told them that. Now to go back and say, oh, I'm sorry, you're not going to get it till next year. We were just going to try to see if we couldn't, you know, this is not a normal event. We've never done this before. We're just going to try to see if we just couldn't say, you know,
How about just
ask for forgiveness type deal. Can you not? It's not like
for Oprah's.
Yeah. For Oprah, I mean, but
Oprah's. I mean, it's kind of like dealing with the IRS. I mean, they got hoops you got to jump through. If you don't jump through the hoops, it's not going to work.
Well, why can't we give them the cash? It's in our budgets. Why can't we give the employees the cash and then next year in June say?
Because you're going to then give them. Because it's going to cost them more money to give it to them. The idea was it was revenue neutral for them. They were already paying the tax on it.
Well, I understand what the idea was, but the idea didn't work. So what are we going to do for them?
I don't know, Penny. I'm trying to get to the bottom with Oprah's right now. That's what I'm worried about right now. That's what's on the agenda, Oprah's. So that's what I'm wanting to discuss is Oprah's. So what we were wanting to do, and I'm not asking you to get involved, but we were going to make a call and just, you know, ask for a one-time waiver of that.
You can do that, and I can tell you what the answer is going to be. But you're free to ask.
Okay, my second question would be this: is if the county we did it by resolution, can the county not continue to pay the 5%? It's going to show up. They're still going to pay in the 20%. We're still going to pay the 5%. The only difference is on their statement, it's going to show that the county paid X dollars and the employee paid X dollars. Why can't we just continue to pay it for them? Continue to pay for it. Here's the difference. I'll tell you what the downside is. It's for those short-time employees that you have that walk in the door and work it would be the revolving door employees, and we know we've got some of those that walk in and work 3 months and quit, work 6 months and quit, work 12 months and quit. We've got those. So what it does for them is when they walk out the door, they're allowed to take out more out of Oprah's than what they've actually paid in, because they get the 5% that the county would have lost anyway. The employee now gets it. They would have lost it anyway because the county doesn't get it because if they're not vested.
Oprah would have kept it.
Oprah would have kept it anyway.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to those questions. I mean, you have to have a contract with Oprah's for the retirement, and whatever that contract says is going to be what governs this transaction.
Okay.
Well, and I guess my question then is, okay, Oprah's is getting their 20%.
Either way.
The check is being written by Grant County, either way, for that same 20%. That's probably outside of the scope of their of their
Reports to you.
rules.
I don't know what the contract
We're
says.
the employer.
Contributions the employees and what contributions the employer makes.
I was asking her what reports that she.
Yeah, what
Go
report?
ahead.
I send what the employee contributes and what the employer contributes. So you're looking at a 9-month span there where it would be looking like we're sending in 8.5 and you're sending in 11.5.
But if we divulge that to Oprah's and we divulge that to the auditors, even though they don't accept it, there is nothing illegal on that, right? If that's divulged and open.
I don't know. I mean, potentially you have a breach of contract. I would think all of this is covered under contract. So,
Why don't we look at that contract?
It's 10 o'clock. Were they expecting our call?
The lady emailed back rather.
Yeah, I asked her to set up a conference call and she replied with an email, so you can call.
Because she didn't want us to call her.
She didn't say that, but she responded with an email, so I'm assuming that was her response to me.
Well, I'm thinking if we call her, we got it in the minutes. Yeah.
That's true.
She knows the number.
Oh, I wrote it down.
Oklahoma Public Employees Retirement System. Please stay on the line to be connected to the next available agent.
Kristen is Nancy's boss.
Kristen, is that who we need
Kristen.
to talk to?
Thank you for calling Oprah. This is Carrie. How can I help you?
Carrie, this is Cindy Bobbitt, Grant County Commissioner. We are in our Board of County Commissioners meeting, and we would like to be connected with Kristen
Lancaster.
Lancaster.
Okay, all right. Let me get it for you. One moment.
Christian, how's it spelled?
It's with a K. K-R-I-S-T. Kristen.
Bud Light for everybody.
Dilly.
I'm sorry. Actually, it looks like Kristen's actually out of the office
Nancy
until
Boyson.
Thursday.
It's Nancy Boy.
Okay, is Nancy
Boyson
available?
Let's see. Let me see if she's here today. Hold on one moment.
Thank you.
She was going to say no.
There's a whole code in the IRS section about pensions and pension plans and about how they're taxed and about how they're governed. Oprah's may not have any control over how this works.
Okay, let me get Nancy for you. One moment.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You can change your contribution every month. I mean,
They've asked us in the past to change ours because of the information that they provided to us. So we've had to change our contribution rates before. Why would this not be the same as us requesting a change? I mean, outside we didn't get it done by June.
Yeah, that's what's weird because it's employee money.
You want to look at this?
The thing that Stephen is going to make a difference is the money if an employee leaves stays with them.
Hi, this is Nancy.
Good morning. This is Cindy Bobbitt. I'm chair of the Board of County Commissioners. We have you on speaker. We are in an open meeting here.
Okay.
We have our board members, Pat Ronk, Max Hess, our clerk, Cindy Pratt, and our ADA, Stephen Young, and others are in our meeting here. We were calling about our contribution, and we know it's very unusual for our OPERS. We finally got our budget approved for FY 18-19 in October. And with that, we changed the contribution rate on our employees, the amount that they were contributing. I know we had been in the formula where they had been doing 8.5% in the county, 11.5%. And once our budget was approved to give them a pay increase without causing them any tax consequences, we decided the county would pick up the other 5% and employees would pay the 3.5%, and the county would pay 16.5%. So it's 20% either way. It's just who's making the contribution. And our HR person that does our payroll was trying to enter that into the system for our October 10th payroll and was unable to make that change, and it came to her attention that that couldn't have been made at that time. And we we understand, you know, the diligence of why OPERS does that. We would respectfully request a one-time deviation from our contract because of the delay of getting our budget approved. We didn't know what our funds would be until October. We've obviously never had this issue before. It's just something that we would feel very strongly, respectfully request a one-time deviance on this, because we've obviously already told our employees that they're going to get this. In fact, when we made our October payroll, we actually only deducted the 3.5% from their wages, and the county did pay the balance of that. So our question is there any way that we could go before your board or something to ask for a one-time waiver and allow us to change that plan for one time?
I do not think so, because that's written by statute that the request has to be it has to be here by June 30 of the year. I really don't think that there's any leeway at all with that. So it would, you could keep your resolution and it would just not go into effect until July 1st, 2019.
Okay, with that being said and disclosing that, is there anything walk me through as if the county continued to pay the 16.5% and still withdrew only 3.5%, and it would show up in your system? It's still going to be the 20%, but it's going to show up in your system as if the employee paid the 8.5% and the county only paid the 11.5%, but when in reality we would pay the full 16.5%. How does that walk through on your end?
Well, we just had, that's how our system is set up. At the beginning of each fiscal year, our IT department makes a change in the online payroll system where your payroll clerk puts the figures that transmit to our system. And I mean, it's set by statute that that can only be changed once a year at the beginning of the fiscal year.
Within your system, correct?
Right.
Okay, within your system.
Well, that's the administrative code or the statute, whatever you want to call it. I mean, that's how that's set up. So that you cannot, I mean,
do you happen to know
everybody to the same deadline.
This is Stephen Young. Do you happen to know the statute number offhand?
I have it's in the email that was that Kristen Lancaster sent to Alexandra Britton. It's the Oklahoma Administrative Code 590, Chapter 10, Subchapter 5-9.
590, 10. Can you repeat that again?
It's 590, Chapter 10, and it is Subchapter 5-9. Taking the contribution rates and deadline for notifying Mrs.
Okay, thank you.
And it's attached to Statute 74.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, so Nancy, appreciate your call, and Miss Lancaster will be back in the office on Thursday. Is that correct? And if we need any other follow-up with her?
I'm not sure of her schedule.
Okay. But to your knowledge, there's not a board that we could ask for a one-time waiver to?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay. Alrighty. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, let's do some research on that.
I can look at the statutes.
Look at that and see. I still am wondering if we reached out to the auditor and see if we couldn't, even though it would show up as their payment. I mean, it's the 5%.
I guess my question is why is it only allowed by statute to be changed once a year? I mean,
well, why are we trying to get around the law? I mean, we're not going to be able to have every law suit us the way we want to do business.
Okay, Penny, we're only talking, I get that. I get that. I'm just trying to help our employees here.
And me too.
So
I agree, and the research should have been done before.
That is true. I did not do that. So, well, I will get with you, Stephen, and you can look at that statute, and we will see.
Yeah, I can pull the statutes. And see what they say, because I'm not familiar with those statutes. I'll need to pull them up and see what they say.
All right, that works. Sure. Okay, we will go from there and see.
Can you forward me a copy of that email? Okay.
Item Q, Resolution 2018-132, employee increase in wages for FY19 retroactive to July 1. It'll be considered, okay. So,
and any changes, I've got that pulled up. I can make any changes.
Whereas the Board of County Commissioners has determined that the funds are available, the budget increase for salaries at the discretion of the elected official, the implementation of salaries currently employed, so if someone's quit, they don't get it.
Right.
With Grant County for fiscal year 18-19 may be implemented, and whereas said increase will be retroactive July 1st or date of employment if the first hire date is after July 1st, and will be calculated on base salary only, and the calculation of cash overtime pay for the month July to November 2018 will be considered and be included in the retroactive pay and be distributed in December 2018.
I make a motion to approve.
I second that.
Okay, let's move Ronk seconds to approve the resolution 2018-132, and that is $50 per month. That does not state that in this resolution, so I don't know if we need to put that in there. That probably.
I mean, I pulled it from last year's. And it was just. But it's if you want me to put that in there.
Yeah, I think we can just write it in there, an initial or something. Yeah. It's $50, whereas the cash overtime for the months will be considered. And right there, maybe putting $50 per month.
Okay.
On that. So. Okay. Hess moved and seconded. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Ronk.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously. And that would have to be prorated. Like if they came to work on the 15th, it's going to be half a month, or the 10th, or something. You'll have to prorate it.
Yeah.
Allowances.
We may want to hold off on this again, I'm not for sure, because I did talk to Ryan McIntosh, and we brought this like, the question was the 4,736. Well, he emailed me back, but what he said was that, and I didn't realize he'd email me back, and then I called him on Friday, well, didn't you get my email? But basically he said that there should have been a allowance contingency authorization number 1, but I don't show that they ever sent that one through.
I thought we had one. I thought we had a 2 also. I don't know, we got so many going. This is on the courthouse, right?
Yeah, okay, they're giving us that back.
8,400.
That's the window stuff right here. That would be transferred to number 2.
Yeah.
And then this is for, and Larry couldn't make heads or tails out of it. He called
Ryan.
You call Ryan?
Because Paul's out. And
Yeah.
Paul's who we need to talk to.
Yeah, Paul's the
been
one
on
that,
vacation.
yeah, so
why don't you let me get that
we just need
cleared
to
away?
table that again.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll get a little more clarification on
just
that.
no action. Yeah, get more
Okay.
clarification on that. Okay. All right. Road crossing, Anadarko Minerals.
I moved to approve. I know I knew about it.
Second.
Ronk moved, Hess seconds to approve the road crossing permit for District 3 from Anadarko Minerals. All in favor?
Bobbitt.
Aye.
Ronk.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. New business. Do you have any new business?
No.
Matt, do you have any new business?
No.
Pat?
I had none.
I have none. Commissioners' comments. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
And I'll
Thanks,
get that
Steve.
stuff to you.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. My comments was, I last week went to the CED meeting, over to Alva, and, we had a presentation done. Cindy Pratt was there. Penny wasn't able to attend that, but we invited both of them to, introduce us to a program that possibly would be able to earn us more money. And 17, 25, 30,000 a year. But that's a little bit of money to put back into our group. Anyway, it was a good meeting. They're investigating and finding out a little bit more money. Cindy was going to check on some of the possibilities of the banks around here being involved in that fund. Might be something that we as Grant County might want to look at ourselves. The other thing is I learned at that meeting that my road project out on Sandy Corner, which had less than 1% clay balls in it, I'm not going to be able to get them to fog seal that or anything because the contract allows for 1% clay balls in the stating of the contract. In turn, we're going to be better off. I told Donnie from now on, if I do a contract, I want to put it in there at the last line item that it's fog sealed. Then that eliminates it. People from the Asphalt Association said that they cheapened up their oil mix, and that's what caused the cracking. The contractor says it's because they made them roll it in a specific grid pattern. And the asphalt contractor said that Paving Association says that's not true. So to get around that, I am pushing Donnie to include that in contracts from now on to try to eliminate that. It doesn't seem like that just in Alfalfa and Grant County is the two places we've had this problem. I don't know whether it's soil type or what for sure, but I was very disappointed to find that out, that we couldn't do it. We may still, and I'm looking into doing that myself, paying for it, to have it fog sealed. The thing about it is that they got the stripe down the middle. It's going to cost me as much for the paint stripe as it is to do the fog seal on the road, which doesn't make any sense to me, but that's the way it is. So we're looking into that. I've been working on the REAP grant. I appreciate you two. I didn't really ask. I kind of did it. And I assume that next year Pat would be in line for that or whatever, or whoever can get it done, whatever we can get done. But we need to be looking into the possibility of addressing our new CIRB roads sometime in the future, quicker than we think, about chip sealing them or fog sealing them, something to seal up possibilities of taking it in. This 1% clay ball thing, if we fog sealed that, would eliminate the small cracking on the sides and stuff. And when you get out there and really stop and put the feet on the ground, there's more cracks out there than we think there is. And the quicker we address that, the better off we're going to be, I believe. So, you know, we've gotten rain and we're still battling that. We've kind of got basically a path through all of our roads now that was closed, and it's drying up now so we can get in there and really start fixing some of that stuff. So we appreciate everybody's patience, and if they have a problem on a road, please call in and let us know. We may not be aware of it. We had a cottonwood tree down on the road for a week and a half that we was unaware of. It's a road that nobody travels unless you're going to a pasture down there. We had other problems. We didn't know about it. We went out this weekend and took care of it. But that's about it. I go to Oklahoma City Wednesday for our statewide CED meeting. The end of this month, we ought to know who gets accepted on the revolving fund. I put in for 3 mowers for District 1, and I'll get to find out whether I get accepted in on that program or not then.
Oh, so they'll know then who's, where you are, okay.
We ought to know by the end of the month whether we,
Good.
we are in that cycle.
That's good. Good.
And if not, Cindy had told me that they changed the legislation last year, and the vendor can go out and bid the financing.
Yes.
For that. And I've talked to P&K, who's got the mowers on state bid, and they're going to go out for the financing if I don't get approved through the revolving fund.
Sounds good. Pat, what do you have?
I met with Donnie Head and Tyler Schroeder of CED 8 and Melissa, what's her last name? Davis. With ODOT last week for the plan in hand meeting for that. The number of the bridge escapes me, but Trust Bridge southeast of on Cotton, southeast of Plum Creek, that goes over Wild Horse Creek. Appreciate Cindy working on that deal too. But we met on that and got a few things hashed out on that deal. Sounds like if everything goes like one would hope optimistically it would, probably get started on that. And it'll be bids will be let and get to start this time next year. So that'll be a good deal. That would make wheat harvest of 2020 in that area a whole lot better. Did that last week. We've got as many trucks and graders running as we can with people. You know, it's I'd like to reiterate again to everybody, please be patient. It's going to take all winter to get things back to the way they were, and if any of our fine farming friends would like to come to work some this winter after they get the cows fed in the morning, please contact me. That's all I got.
We are doing CPR and first aid training this morning. We started at 8 o'clock. We're going to go at least till noon. Getting everybody certified. I think we were 5 months out. I imagine you guys.
Who's doing it?
Matt Miller with the EMS.
Okay, and I must interrupt you for a minute. Our new health department nurse later on in November is going to be certified American Heart. And your business, your school, your anything, free of charge. She will come to you, and so we need to take advantage of that here.
And tell me again, you said she'd be certified as what?
American Heart Association instructor for CPR.
Okay.
That is good to know.
Yeah.
Well, then, I suppose if we've got that available, there's no reason then to get
That's
Brandon.
what I was thinking.
Then we don't need to get Brandon certified because that's $300 to get certified plus 2 days in hotels and food, and then he has to keep doing online stuff, and stuff is I suppose. Max, can you pass that on to Brandon? He probably doesn't need to be CPR certified.
And this deal here through the health department will allow all the fire departments
to do the same thing.
To do the same thing.
Yeah, fire department, co-op, the grocery store, anybody that wants to do that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because we're paying $10 a person, which we had to pay after when Rich Donaldson was certified. We still had to pay. We paid to get him certified, and then we still had to pay $10 a person for the paperwork to submit it. So that's basically what he's doing. We're paying for the paperwork. He's not getting anything. So
he's not getting rich.
No, not at all. So that is good to know. So that's going on. And I also was at that CED meeting Wednesday, and Cindy, thank you very much for going to that. I know you were one of the few that understood that program. Don't know if it'll work for Grant County, but it certainly worked for our CED. But it's another tool in our toolbox of a possibility of what we do. I also met with Melissa Davis and Donnie and Tyler on my road project, the same as your road project, and I'm very disappointed in what my project is on my SERP project because it's the same thing. We paid to have a company come in to try to find out what the failure was on my SERP project, and the report is this thick, but when you finally get down to it, it could be the mixtures were not quite right, but it could be the subsoil deal. It could be dry weather, and so they're hanging their hat on dry weather as they never did say that's number one, but with everything in there, and when you mention dry weather, that allows the vendor an out to not have to be responsible for the failure. So we are working on what we need to do. Obviously, my plan has not been signed off on yet.
Yeah.
We may put in a change order to either go in and do some crack sealing on it, or we've got that option, or cut it all out and relay it. And I'm going to go over by Fairview. There's a road over there that failed, and they cut it all out and then redid it. And they said now that you can tell when you go across it, it's still got some failures, and it's spidering out, because if you would have crack sealed it, you'd have had a smaller area for additional failure. But as when you cut it out, you now have 3 whole sides on a large area for failures.
Yes.
So I'm going to go over there and go look at those and try to evaluate, because it's a bad deal. Beautiful road, and now what do you have? So we'll go from there. Same thing, our crew has been out working on flooding. We had some guys out this weekend. Same thing, something comes up that we didn't know about, and all of a sudden it comes up, so you call up and you get out and try to address them to the best of our ability. I had the OPH&W meeting last week, and we're looking at our health plan for next year. We're looking at trying to, we've been very fortunate. We haven't had to ever raise our premiums into the double digits. We took a pretty healthy increase last year, but it was not double digits. We're trying to change our plan so we don't increase our price. So we're looking at maybe increasing our deductibles. Right now we're like a $750 deductible, $1,500 for the family, and the most out of family pocket cost is $5,000 for an individual, $10,000 for a family. We are looking at raising those to maybe 15. Maybe we might give 3 tiers. Every as a board we'd adopt 3 plans, and then every county or entity can choose whatever plan they want. But the whole, if Grant County chose option B, everybody in Grant County had to take option B. Some couldn't take A and some couldn't take C. But we're looking at maybe going to $1,500 deductible, a $3,000 deductible with families at like $3,000 and $6,000. The individual out-of-pocket, because of the Affordable Care Act, can only remain at $5,000 if a family at $10,000. We're also looking, instead of having, paying $20 when you go to a doctor, considering that part of your deductible, and you pay it, if it's a $50, we usually pay $20 and then the health insurance picks up the balance. It may now you pick it up and it's just part of your deductible. We're also looking on our insurances, on our prescriptions. Prescriptions pretty cheap right now for us, raising it a little bit or adding a third tier instead of having a $10, $45 and a $6. We'd add also a $60 tier if you're, in plan. So there's just a lot of things where hopefully in January we'll have that information to kind of know. But the main goal is we have some counties that just simply cannot afford to pay the premiums for their employees anymore. More counties have this year, when they opted in, because we had the do-your plan, has actually put a portion of that premium over onto the employee. Like every employee may have to contribute $100 or $200 or half.
Whereas the county was paying the employees. Okay.
So, and that, very well might be something where in the future you have to consider. Instead of your health insurance being fully paid for, you might have to pay $100 of it, or you might have to pay half of it. But there's a lot of counties that have gone to that. We've had several counties and entities drop out because of the increase, and they're simply wanting to go to a lower. They're basically passing it on to their employees anyway, because if you're a person that has lots of prescriptions or sees the doctor a lot, you're going to pay a whole lot more. Now, if you're a pretty well person like me, I see the doctor maybe once or twice a year. I'm not adding to it. So it's whether it's a $750 deductible or a $10,000 deductible. For me, I wouldn't make either way. I've never met my $750 deductible. So.
Have you guys thought any more about the HSA deal?
The HSA, no, we're not going to do that. There is one that you can do on your own that is a savings plan. It is there's two of them. One's HSA and one. We're not going to the HSA is the high deductible, because that would mean that means that people that are on cancer prescriptions or something like that, the first time they go fill that first prescription, they're going to pay the full $2,000 or $2,500 that first prescription, and they just simply, there was a big pushback that they knew the employees could not come up with that kind of money in one day to pay for that. But there's still, by IRS regulations, there's some other ones that people can put into their own savings plan. You can cafeteria, you can
still payroll deduct it.
Yeah, payroll deduct it. And that has nothing to do with that. But this was huge. The MD Live, they would like people to use that. I think we've had a few people here using it and it didn't work for them very well, but they're pushing that. And don't forget about the deals, the Connect DME. That one has been very popular. If you have sleep apnea and have to have those CPAPs, or if you need, there's all kinds of things that I can't even think of that's covered under that. But there's a lot of things that is still there.
There's a TENS unit, like the electrical.
Yeah.
I know that's one of the things that's on.
And it's free. They bring it too. It's free. No deduct. It doesn't even go towards your deductible or anything. It's totally 100% free to you. So that's what we got on that. I leave tomorrow for Washington, D.C. again, going back to the White House, we've got the opportunity to meet with the Border Patrol, have meetings with them, so I'm going back to that. Like this caravan right now that we're talking about that's marching up to the United States. These are real issues for counties, because once they get here and they need services. They go to use our health departments. If they're not of the best type of citizens, they sometimes end up in our jails. There are just so many things, and this is a real issue for counties. And so we're going to go back and for the first time have an opportunity to have some good dialogue with the Border Patrol. So I will be there this week. Other than that, we too are trying to make up for all the storm damages and the flooding, and I think that they're predicting light drizzling rain this week, so might not get a lot done on that either. So that's all my comments. That brings us down to 9 and 10.
I make a motion we adjourn.
I second.
Boy, you sound pretty excited. Hess moves, Ronk seconded to adjourn at 10:37. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Ronk,
Aye.
Hess.
Right.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously.